With sailing, they say that one thing that can get you in trouble is a schedule, so we set out on this long weekend without much of a schedule. We did have a couple of projects we wanted to get done. One was to replace the regular marine head with a composting toilet, and the other was to go up to Stockton Springs and put the wind instrument on that we had ready now. Hi, I'm Doug, and this is my first mate Peggy. Together, we're sailing the coast of Maine in our 30-foot hunter called Lavender Love. And we have our engine warmed up. A little bit choppy out there, not too bad. Alright. So we set out on Friday night to get an early start Saturday at the Belfast dock, get the composting toilet done, and head up to Stockton Springs. Dave did a great job installing our electronic wind instrument, so now we can see wind direction and wind speed right on the screen as it is on the top of the mast. He also tightened up the Windex that was flopping around, which allows us to manually look up and see which direction the wind is blowing. We decided to stay overnight at the dock, tied up to the dock, which allowed us to get fresh water and use the restrooms that are there. Just have a secure and quiet evening. We woke up the next morning to a glassy, smooth sea. The evening before, we met up some friends that told us about Holbrook Island, where they had just gotten back from. They described it to us. It sounded really appealing, and we thought that should be a good destination for us that next day. That morning we had a little time to spend, so we took the dinghy over to a nearby beach, did a little exploring, looked for some sea glass before heading back to the boat and taking off to Holbrook Island. Holbrook Island is a great little preserve located just south of Castine. It has a mooring that we could pick up, lots of wildlife, like seals, some eagles flying around, catching fish, and some other birds. We arrived there in the late afternoon in time to see the sunset behind Holbrook Island, also in time to take a little dinghy ride over and go for a walk around. Holbrook Island was owned by a family that was later sold to the state of Maine on the condition that it would remain a preserve. After spending the morning watching seals and eagles, we decided to head out to Castine, grab a little lunch, and then head back to Belfast Harbor. Thanks for coming along on our sailing journey with us, and we hope to see you in the next video.